Welcome back, everyone. An issue that is very important to Iowans and really the entire country is what to do about the southern border, immigration. Congressman Nunn joins us right now. He is running for re-election in Iowa's 3rd District. What do you hear from Iowans as you've been out campaigning? This is one of their, I think, strongest, most interested topics. They're very passionate about this.
Amanda, it's probably one of the top issues we hear about. It's also affected us in many different ways. It's not just the 9 million illegals who came into the country. It's just not the fact that for the last 3 years, the president not only has invited them, he's ended really important policies like Remain in Mexico, stopping catch and release, finishing border security and supporting our CBP, all things he could do today, but has chosen not to. It's the other things that I think all of us can relate to. It's 150 Americans dying every single day from fentanyl poisoning. Folks, my age down to my daughter's age, it's the #1 killer facing us right now. And but for good local law enforcement, like we saw here in Iowa, who rolled this up, they caught enough fentanyl coming from Mexico that could kill everybody in the Des Moines metro area. It's also those things like human trafficking, something that I've worked hard on from my first day in the Iowa State House, across party aisles to say, we have to fight this. And now we see a surge of young women, young children, who are being brought here exploited for labor and being exploited for sex. It's criminal. And yet we see a Department of Justice spending more time suing states like Iowa, who try to go after this, than actually enforcing border security. This is why I was so passionate about when I first came in. I've served on the border with my military role here with the Iowa National Guard, helping to protect our border, as well as going down as a member of Congress. And I've seen with my own eyes Chinese nationals walk across the border in gaps in the fence. No one receives them. They eventually get picked up by Customs and Border Patrol, who are overwhelmed by this process, and within 72 hours they have to release them after they've been caught into the open. The women were taken in vans, the men started working directly under the table. You could see it happening for Chinese-related mafia. This is a very frightening situation, and anyone who tells you this is not a threat has not been in any community. Here in Iowa, it's 55,000 illegals who have come. They've overwhelmed our schools. They are forcing people, particularly in my rural communities, to wait longer times for healthcare access. They've forced veterans across this country out of affordable housing so that they have a place to stay, and they've had the federal government pay off their tuition assistance. This is something that is putting people who came here the wrong way ahead of the people who want to come here the right way, and it's certainly displacing Americans. So we have to have a solution for this. It's one of the reasons that within my first weeks on the job, we passed H.R. 2, the strongest, most comprehensive border security bill in our nation's history. It has sat there for 2 years in the Senate, and the Senate hasn't even picked it up. Now, I think the Senate has tried to make some inroads here, but they've never brought a single bill to the floor. And so Democrats will tell you there's a bipartisan bill that Republicans oppose. That's false. It's absolutely false. The Democrats never even got it to the floor in the Senate. They never took a single vote on it. There are things in that bill that I liked, but what I did not like is the idea that we would allow 5,000 people to come into the country every day. Basically, the first people that showed up got to walk across the border. Unacceptable, insecure. The reality is, as a military officer, I've seen too many people who are harmful to this country overseas on a terrorist watch list now walk into America, and we have no visual as to where those individuals are. It is frightening. I never thought that I would serve overseas to protect our country, only to come home and find that those same adversaries are now walking freely in the streets of America.
And when we come back, we are actually going to talk about some foreign relation policy as well. All right, stay with us.